Welcome to Journeyscapes with Ludy as we do inner journey towards self-awareness, self-discovery, self-care, self-healing, and self-love. And as we try to make meaningful connections towards ourselves, towards others, and towards God. This is episode 11, and we are going to delve into a very delicious topic. Everybody loves it. And it's about food. The food journey is basically a very important part of my inner journey, and you will know about it later on. As of the moment, I would like to introduce to you our wonderful guests. And for today's episode, we have Chef Grace Aquino. Welcome to Journeyscapes with
Hi.
Ludy, Chef Grace.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, of course, it's my pleasure. Murag nag-shy type si Chef Grace.
Camera
oy.
shy lang.
Murag na shy. And we also have here our gentleman guest. Kani, get ready. Mr. I would say Dr. John Michael Alexander Nicolai Apurado. Hello, Sir
Hi, Miss
Michael. Did I
Ludy.
miss any word?
No, I know it's a mouthful, but you got it all right.
Okay, great,
Thank
great.
you. Thanks for having me here too.
Okay. And probably, no, a lot of you would wonder, grabe po si Ludy would do a topic on food. But I tell you what, later on, daghan kay tag ma-discover about ourselves. A lot of people would ask me, Ludy, grabe po, around 80%, grabe po ng 80% of my posts on Facebook, I do posting on Facebook, it's all about food. And why is that? Sige, later on, ato po ng balikon o take up. But you know what? I think growing up, I can still recall my late mom, how she was a very good cook. You know, there are even certain foods that I don't eat outside home, but only at home. For example, dinuguan. Would you know that a dinuguan can be a very yummy meal when it's made of ground pork? Grabe. Walay lansa, as in, super lami. And then, one very memorable dish that she used to cook is humba. Humba with crabs. Oh, asa mo, ana?
Wow.
So yes, so growing up, nahimo na kong foodie. So I probably don't qualify sa the definition of foodie because I don't really cook. No, I don't really cook, but I have, I'm very enthusiastic. I have this interest in kanang trying out food. O, di ba? Magsige gaon. And then people also, or friends would also complain about me because I eat a lot and yet I don't get fat. We'll see. We'll see a few years from now if it's the same Ludy that you, see around. Anyway, before I got carried away. Okay, this is a very delicious topic. So before I get carried away, let me thank all our sponsors and partners who made this episode possible. And I'll start, of course, with Bagong Pilipinas, Visaya Studios, Pakpak mga silingan. Thank you. Special mention to Sir Al, our editor/videographer/director, di ba? And of course, Dahlia Chocolates, sa Bean to Bar Chocolate Shop. Pukot Kitchen in El Dorado, Banilad. Atelier Amelie, Premium Brownies. Fat Shaolin Frozen Dumplings. Dobby's Ultimate Burger. Grabe no, daghan yung foodie gyud ay ni si Ludy kay daghan kay tag partners and sponsors on food. Smile Syndicate Dental Clinic in Mactan, A+ Clinic Premium Aesthetics in Astraf Center, David Salon Central Block Ayala, Aura Beauty Studio at the Pad Banilad, TFM Head Spa, Pioneer Korean Head Spa, V&M Natural Skincare, Iya by the Wara Yuga Studio, Shan's Collection, Migo Expedition of Safari Adventures, and United Neon Advertising. Whoa, thank you again very much to our sponsors and partners. And now, let's go back to our wonderful guests here. Chef Grace, ato
Hi.
na lang sir. Okay lang ba sa ino ato inon? Dr. Michael, para for
Sure.
short.
No
Chef
problem.
Grace and Dr. Michael, how are you today?
I'm excited to be here.
Wow.
Especially it's all about food.
Oh,
It's
so
always a pleasure, especially if we're gonna talk about food and with brilliant people nga may mga credentials to talk about food as well, and especially you. We've worked together so many times. We've taken pictures and videos with food.
wow.
And I'm glad Chef Grace can also join us today.
Okay, sige. Thank you for that, Sir Michael. Dr. Michael. Sir Michael, Dr. Michael, okay. Thank you for
Either
that.
way.
Oo. For mentioning that. Muram sa kanang kuan na kanang sana unsa na gi
Update.
Oo.
Alsa.
Alsa. But I'd like to ask a little background about Chef Grace. All I know of Chef Grace owns Dahlia Chocolates. Oh, okay. Aside from I mentioned katong Bean to Bar chocolate shop, Dahlia Chocolates, and I think everybody would agree with me. They also have the best macaroons.
Thank you. Thank
Oh
you.
my gosh. Chef Grace,
try.
this is really true. This is my experience. I never loved macaroons
Really?
until, yes, I tried several until I tried your macaroons.
Oh,
Makaingon
thank
ko,
you,
wow.
Bayo. Thank you.
As in
It's kind of my
super.
specialty,
Yeah.
ang macarons. Before chocolate, my husband and I, we actually own a pastry shop in California.
Oh,
And it was a macaron shop. So we started as a macaron shop. We added a lot more products. We sold it and decided to retire, but then we fell in love with cacao. So that's why we're here back in Cebu.
Oh.
what a
Yeah.
beautiful story there.
Yeah. So before that, when I was in California, dagham kay kog career sad no. So outside of the food industry, I was an instructor for a college in California. I was also in the U.S. Army and National Guard logistical specialist, and then we
Really?
ended up starting our own business. But all throughout, food has kind of been just a central part of my life. So I think it's very fitting that I'm here today with you guys.
That's why when we talk about having the topic on food, why not? Everybody
Yeah.
eats, everybody
true.
loves
Yeah.
food. And again, later on, I think ma-uncover na to why, how does it affect us? Not just nourishing our body. Okay. This is quite exciting. Grabe po di mong credential.
At this-
Nanggunit gid ko din, grabe ha po credentials din ni Chef Grace, and she's very humble. This what I really like about Chef Grace. Very, introvert
Low-key
ba
lang
ka,
tao
Chef
eh.
Grace?
Actually, growing up, I was an extrovert, but I think around pandemic, my husband and I van life me around US.
Oh, nice.
So we traveled in our van, self-converted van, and then ever since, kami ra duha, diba? Sige, travel for mga 2.5 years to 3 years, and after that, introvert na ko. But like I can turn my extrovert on when I need to, but generally now it's like okay, intro mode.
Plug and play.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Wow. Interesting.
Yeah.
And Sir Marlon, I met Sir Marlon.
Yes.
Sir Marlon!
Yeah, he's here.
He's with us
We're
right
always
now.
together.
is,
Never apart.
Is Sir Marlon also a chef?
No, but he's the operations guy.
Oh.
So he handles everything else outside kitchen.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Because you can never run a business
No.
without the operations
No.
manager there.
I can't do that.
It's a perfect team.
yes.
Nice.
Too
Yeah.
much on your plate.
Yeah, no, do it, Joe.
Okay. It's very interesting to know that, and I'm a bit surprised because I didn't know that na you started with macarons pala.
I did.
That's
yes,
why.
That mana siya specialty na ko din because like it's it's like a combination of over 10 years of experience baking macarons. And when we got here, I think I kind of made it
Now
into
I
more
know.
Filipino, like it's geared more for Filipino palate, Jude, because the US is more on the sweeter side. So we toned down the sweetness and improve the texture for humidity here, and that's hopefully you can try it later.
Yes, I'm very excited.
Oh, I'm seeing French macaroon. And so it's
It's macaron.
Macaron.
R-O-N, yes.
Oo,
Oh, okay.
macaron.
Macaroon is the coconut.
Oh,
Yes.
so that's the local one that we
Yes.
are, most Filipinos know.
Yes, the coconut
Oh,
macaroon.
yeah, yes.
Yeah.
The macaroon. That's
Yeah.
the double O.
Double O, yeah.
See,
Double O.
we're learning.
We're learning.
This is what
That's
I
my first time
love.
too, and I'm in the food world,
This is what I
Yeah,
love about
that's good.
Journeyscapes with Ludy's and having guests, because I'm really the first beneficiary to learn from my guests. Thank you for that,
Learning
Chef
from the best.
Grace.
Oh, thank you.
And let's go to Dr. Michael. Dr. Michael is, of course, I met Dr. Michael through blogging, food blogging. So somehow there were invites that we were together,
Yeah.
and that's where I got to know you. So, but what I only know about you is that you're a food blogger,
Yeah.
food vlogger. But why doctor?
Yeah, a lot of people, thank you, Miss Ludy, for the invite. And a lot of people, they don't know things about me. They just know that I'm Bunal Chuy.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
do food
Bunal
blog.
Chuy, by the way.
Yeah, so my doctorate is PhD in applied linguistics.
Uh-huh.
So
Wow.
I finished. I have a master's in applied linguistics. I also
Wow.
have a doctorate in applied linguistics. English is the main rotation of expertise. English as a second language, English in communication arts, and English in literature. So that's my field of expertise. I'm technically in the academe, but little did people know I also have a degree in doctor in jurisprudence, but I couldn't claim the doctorate in the JD. So to further explain, it used to be LLB, Bachelor's of Laws. A lot who finished Bachelor of Laws already are transitioning to JD. So Doctor of Jurisprudence. And I have that degree. I never took the bar because to begin with, I took up law just to know details of the law, Philippine laws. But it was never really a plan to become a lawyer. And a lot of people are saying, you take the bar now. And I would always say to my family members and a lot of friends na, why would you want me to become a lawyer when in fact, okay na ko sa doctor nga title.
Bitaw.
If this is only for the title, because you're just telling me to take up the bar, but you are not considering a lot of factors, the preparation for the bar. And when I become a lawyer, what? What now? Will you be the one becoming a lawyer? No, it's gonna be me. So I'm okay if it's just gonna be the title. I have the doctor title now. So I think this is the first time that I will be telling people, and because I seldom use the title. If people would ask, I do. But to this day, I'm not even comfortable with the title saying it out loud. Because for the longest time as well, I'm no longer in the academe. So I used to be in the academe. I used to be with different departments and the universities. I used to teach in the University of San Carlos for, I think, over a year, because a friend of mine wanted me to do a sub work for him. He went back to the States. And then I taught in the University of Silliman University. I also have a stint in a seminary. So technically my background is in the academe. That's why a lot of people who know me better would say, why food vlogging? Same as you, Miss Ludy, I grew up as well with a family who actually cook. I mean, my grandmother,
Wow.
my grandfather. The ladies in the family are the ones who are Disney princesses.
Really?
So the men in the family are actually, obligated to be in the kitchen and learn the basics and until you can cook. Because the principle in the family is, what if daw makapangasawa ka og di ka hibaw mo luto? Nga mong
So
tanan.
bali siya.
Correct. And then a lot of people would say, what if maminyo ka kung babae ka ba? Maminyo ka and then you don't know how to cook. Unsa i-feed ni mo sa iyong family. But then again, in our family, it's more on the male obligation and responsibility to not just provide for your family, but of course, if you can prepare a really good meal. And let's face it, a lot of good chefs and cook are male. Not to be, the masculine side of it, but it's all equal and fair. Statistically, yeah. So that's where I think the love of food came from.
Wow. So you're an educator. Chef Grace is also an educator,
Yes,
right?
I was an
Oh.
instructor for Kaplan College in California for
What
a
did you
bit.
teach?
I was more a test prep for college, so I dealt with a lot of high school students, preparing them for college.
Oh.
Yeah. But you know what's interesting is I wanted to be in the linguistics world. So in fact, undergrad na ako, nag-take a lot of units for linguistics, but
Oh, that's good.
linguistics and technology. So that's
Oh,
something
that's
we have
nice.
in common.
Wow.
Very
That's
interesting.
really cool. So you prepare GEDs for...
Yes, kind of.
Okay.
It's not GD. It's more like highly competitive high school students who wants to get into like Harvard,
Oh,
UPenn,
okay.
yeah,
Alright,
like
that's really
for
good.
the top of the top students. Yeah.
Wow. Mo-pitch in ko gamay because you're educators. Dito. I mean, I also had my stint for 3 years, a part-time teacher for Child Links Learning
yeah, yeah.
Center. Oh, it's a Chinese school. So for
I
fourth
see.
year students. So for 3 years I taught basic entrepreneurship.
I see. Oh, that's
But my
nice.
mother was an educator. She was a doctor in education also.
I see. Same with my mom said.
Oh.
Yeah. She was, I think I got the genes from her, the passion for teaching. Yeah.
Oo. So I
That's why
never
do
got
workshops.
education units, but I was so happy I got into that. At least among the 5,
Someone
within the
did.
family, someone was, oo.
I see.
Because no matter how you would actually deviate from the idea of teaching, so technically I have the degree, I have the
Credentials.
credentials and the narrative to be in that field, but I shy away for a couple of years. I did not actually do the teaching jobs, and I wasn't in the academe, but I landed a job that says training, communications training in the BPO. So still, it's still related to education. And right now I wanted to even promote the idea that soon, if I have the venue, the platform, and the time to also share, well, I'm in the vlogging community, blogging and vlogging community, and I wanted to be in that platform to share knowledge as well too. And when we talk about it, Chef, earlier, right now, there are a lot of newbies, and I'm still a newbie, I would consider, because learning is a continuous process and a lifetime journey. So I wanted to make sure that the new ones that are introduced and wanting to be in this world to be at least literate enough to deliver their content.
So you want to come up with a sort of a school for that?
Um,
Or conduct trainings?
Conduct trainings,
Okay.
conduct trainings, and
So-
boot camps perhaps for
okay,
them
that-
to have
that-
at least
yeah.
the right arsenal when they want to create their content, and not just holding a camera and probably a story. I wanted to make a structure out of it, and to tell people that, hey, across many things, and same goes with a lot of stuff, this could be learned, and we're learning too at the same time.
But how much do you spend on vlogging and blogging, food blogging and vlogging? How much do you spend? I mean, is it really your main? I mean, let's just say 100% of what you do for a living. Does it comprise 50% or 80%, more or less?
I would say 30%. Miss.
So 70% is
So I
you
divide.
do training.
I divide 3 portions of my life. If it's the professional background, I still do consultancy for trainings for the BPOs within Cebu City, and sometimes outside of Cebu. Part of which is I do training, personal training. So brands would invite me, hotels would invite me. I went to Brixie. Brixie is a restaurant nearby. There's also a hotel. So they will get me to conduct customer service training, trainings for their employees, preparation.
So basically,
and then food.
the food blogging is just around 30% of
Technically,
what
because it started really as a stress reliever.
okay.
Now it's adding stress. I'm kidding, but
But
it's-
again, you consider yourself as a foodie, not just because you do vlogging on food, but because you also grew up in a household.
It's a mindset,
where-
it's a lifestyle.
Yeah. Nice.
And
It's a
you can see it
lifestyle.
in my weight, because I'm gaining a lot of weight.
What about you, Chef Grace?
I
Do you
mean-
grow up also with a in a
On the
household?
contrary, mine is actually I have a very interesting story to share.
Uh-huh.
Because growing up, my mom, she's a career woman, so she doesn't cook as much, right? So we grew up they gave us money allowance. We just go out on our own to eat whatever we want. So I didn't have that. I mean, okay, credit to my mom. She cooks when she can, right? But daily jud, we didn't have that growing up. Na we have cooks at home. So I grew up just eating karinderya or whatever school food, you know. But my very first experience that was so life changing was on the plane from Japan to US when we emigrated. This was back in 2023. For the first time, I tasted croissant in my life.
Wow.
Croissant, right? And I still remember how it felt that day. So when I ate, it was like, wow, what is this, right? So everything I ate sa Japan Airlines that day until we arrived to the US was life-changing for me.
Narita.
And then from Narita. And then so obviously naturally when I got to the US, I just really fell in love with food because before the US, I ate just to eat. It wasn't a love affair, but as soon as I got there, it was just like, you know, the amount of the amount of food that was there that was new to me, you know, from Mexican food, especially Mexican food in California, all the pastries. It was so new, and every time I eat it, it was just, wow, what is this? So I think even though it took me a while to become, you know, to work in the food industry, but I just kind of became a foodie as soon as I landed there, I guess.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Really good experience.
Another question. Why Dahlia Chocolates? Why not Kale Lily?
Right.
Rose.
Actually, I have this vision of creating a bunch of companies that are floral, like with floral names. So we'll kind of create a bouquet of companies, different kinds. Here in the Philippines, obviously the first one is Dahlia Chocolates. Dahlias are my favorite flowers. And it's a very resilient flower. It grows in different kinds of conditions. It's low maintenance and just it blooms even with a storm. And to me, it's kind of a love story from me to the Filipino resilience because diba, daghan kitag calamidad, you know,
Challenges.
earthquakes,
Nice.
typhoons, all that stuff. And yet we're known to smile. Somehow my friends in the US will ask me katong haya na why are Filipinos smiling? Diba daghan kay a lot of things happen, but somehow we're smiling. So to me, it's kind of like, dear Filipinos, we're very resilient. Let's keep going, and that's why I named it Dahlia.
Wow.
But now I'm now called Mrs. Dahlia. My husband is Mr. Dahlia. Sometimes we go some mall and then some of our workshop at Dundee, "Huy, hi Mrs. Dahlia." It's like, okay, sure, that's fine.
Wow.
New
I love
nickname.
that story.
Yeah.
The
Oh.
brand stuck.
Kanin ko,
Yes,
no?
yeah. And I didn't realize that when I created the brand. To me, it was just like a flower. You know, there's
Yeah.
a reason behind it. But I didn't realize it kind of became a person to so many people. So I think Dahlia kind of become that, be more than just a product, I think.
It gave that deeper meaning
Yeah.
to what you're
It
doing.
evolved on its
Yeah,
own. So
yeah.
I think
So it's not just about, you know, choosing a name, but
Right.
you put meaning into it. It becomes
Right.
more meaningful.
Yes.
So lovely.
And personal. Yeah.
Nice kayo. Oh. But nag-goosebumps ko when you shared about the Japan trip
Yes.
that was
yeah.
life-changing. I mean, you know, you never expected it.
Yes.
And then,
I was
gosh.
19 that time. It was my first time traveling abroad. So naturally, you know, everything was koanjud ka ng very special experience.
yeah.
And you can't help it after that. It's just a whole world of flavors out there.
So do you call yourself a pastry chef?
Pastry chef, yes.
Okay.
I'm not a good cook.
You're not.
So I try. Pero murag hit and miss siya. You know, sometimes my husband will eat it. Regardless, but sometimes we're like, okay, di ko pasar.
Okay, shout out to Salad Master, but because of Salad Master cookware, that's the reason why I can cook. Because it makes me more efficient, more, you know, I mean, easy to cook. And then plus the rationale behind it, it's really a very safe kind of cookware,
I see.
non-toxic.
That's good.
So yeah, I'm just like your mom. I don't regularly cook, but I tried to when I have that time. I find
Right.
time. So, and I told them, since I don't regularly cook for you, to make it up to you, I will introduce the world to you through food. And so, as much as possible, I'll bring you to dining places where I've been to, and even we can discover the the restaurant altogether. So basically it has become a parang murag mauna na among
Bonding.
form of bonding.
Yeah.
Even with their father, their father also has learned to do that with them. Oh, but actually I really started that nga, we let's go and then let's find a good place. So my children basically they have also become a foodie.
I see.
Actually, miss, to share as well with my dad. He's a foodie. He can cook. He's a very good cook, and with caliber. He was not professionally trained, but he could cook. And same principle with you. He would always bring growing up, because technically, well, I have siblings, but different moms. So I'm technically the only son with my mom. He would always bring us to different kinds of restaurants, and his only reason is he wants you to taste whatever this restaurant can offer, the other one can offer, because for him, you taste it, and if you like it, then proceed and get more. But if you don't, at least you've tasted it. And the ignorance lessens.
Right.
Because a lot of people are actually saying, I don't like this food. Have you tasted it? That's the first question. But they say, no, but that looks, okay, looks could be deceiving. And my dad would always say, taste it first.
Try
and
it.
if you don't like it, then don't.
Yes.
And if you like
True.
it, then promote it to the world. And I
Yeah.
think more on the reason why I'm promoting food right now and going from one restaurant, from one brand to another, is because of that principle. To make sure a lot of Cebuanos, because my market mostly are Cebuanos and Bisaya, do not actually know, or they don't know that this specific restaurant exists or this tastes like this, right? So it's more on that principle where I would actually build my brand because of my dad's principle na tilawan gyud tanan.
At least once, right?
Correct.
True.
Para ang term pa niya, para di ka maignorante. Because that's what his dad taught him too. Na tilawan gyud. Regardless if it's an exotic food, and so gada ko may kaugbitin from how,
Wow.
from Komodo dragon to snake to bats and everything.
Wow.
Because for them,
Grabe.
you have to try it
Yeah.
at least once. If you
Yeah.
don't really like it, then don't push for it. But
So would you try a bat again?
pass. Hard pass. Depends really. Sure, I can for the sake probably of content creation and depends on who's preparing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dad, I don't hate you anymore because I think there's another dad here nga worse than you. Because when we were, growing up also, he would force us to eat he eats a lot of fish, and that's why I also learned I love fish. So I can never be a vegan because I love to eat
Pescatarian.
fish.
Pescatarian
Yes,
at
pescatarian
least, yeah.
probably. But anyway, I remember I used to hate the idea that he would force us to eat different kinds of fishes. Katong mga batigikignaw.
Okay.
Na jud kung hadlok. No. So he would tell us, you have to try it because what if we're gone and then you have no food available there, you should be able to adjust and be able to try it. So katong mga batikignaw, maghilak lagi ko. But now that you did fine.
I completely
Grabe, bat.
completely understand your dad, miss, because the rule of thumb for fish, the uglier they are, the tastier they
Wow.
get.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
That's the one rule I
But-
learned from fishermen across the Philippines. And
So when I had my job, I told my dad, I'm sorry, but you could no longer defame me. I have my own money. I will eat what I want to eat. Anyway, I think I mentioned also about comfort food. And I mentioned about the dinuguan.
yeah.
There was a time I was driving, and then it just occurred to me. I happened to pass by a karinderya, and then in karinderya usually
The
they
smell.
have the dinuguan,
Yeah.
diba? And then I didn't know that there was dinuguan, but then I just happened to recall nga, oh my God, there must be a dinuguan. Oh my God, the dinuguan of my mom. I so miss it. It's not actually just about the food. I connected it to my mom. So I was missing my mom. So that's why they become comfort food for me. And now I grew up into knowing kanang food. It's not just specific food, but basically for me, food is a comfort thing or stuff. So when especially during pandemic, like we were isolated somehow. So we have two houses. So there was a time I would just be alone at home and wouldn't be going to the other house. And I felt, depressed and down. And I will always tell myself, what is that thing that you can do to perk you up? And all I could think of was food. So I told myself, you have to get out, go to a cafe, enjoy the food. And you know what? It really helped me. Parang mo nang maingon ko nga, sus, I tell you what, ang food it's not just for nourishment of our body, but if you come to think of it has a lot of benefits. You can actually connect to yourself and connect to others through food. And I remember growing up also, I didn't want to eat alone. It's like we were an extended family. There were 3 batches every single time. First batch children, second batch parents, and yung mga unsa. And then the third batch katong mga katabang and mga pamangkun nga gipang-adapt. So so every time we ate, it's really with people. And so I grew up na I didn't want to eat alone. It's like very lonely and very sad until pandemic came, until I did my inner journey and I learned to eat alone. And before I would treat friends just to accompany me to eat out with me because I didn't want to eat alone. So that's how significant food for me. And that's why in my inner journey, I think food should be taken seriously. I've learned to eat like, kanang tagamtamon gigana. It's not just to fill in your hunger, but really
Savor
parang
it.
romanticize with the food, like, so good. Bisag sardinas ang gikaon. Inon-on, may ngon ako mga anak. Me, what are you eating? It's the same food that you ate last time. It's not something new, but it's like you're eating. It's like discovering it. I'm rediscovering it. The word is rediscovering it. Because every time I eat inon-onan, which is one of my comfort food, every time I eat it, it's very comforting. I just so love it. And probably again, it's because my mom used to cook really good inununan.
Sparks memory.
No? As in. Anyway, so kana siya going talking about comfort food. You mentioned about katong your dad who used to cook. Can you share with us 1 or 2 comfort food nga I think tagnao na lang nato katuteng bat.
No. Hard pass. Not even that. Well, the backstory is because my grandmother, father's side is Chinese. So there's always that Chinese food belief that if you eat exotic food, it's good for your skin. You will not have any problems with your skin in the future. And I think that's what, the old folks in my family used to think of, why they're feeding babies and kids that time. But if I were to point out comfort food, miss, there are actually 2. And it relates to the food that you actually said earlier. One is dinuguan with my grandmother, mother's side, maternal grandmother, because she's a cook. She's a professional trained cook. And she's been cooking for the rest of her life. And ang tagantang mo backstory why she was a really good cook, because she was brought up Disney princess. So, may naagod siguro sila when she was growing up. She was the youngest, so kasera, everything. She was in the dorm during that time, and during the 50s, 40s, when you're in the dorm, you must be pretty, loaded. And then, she married my grandfather, which is very stricto, kachila, and everything. And seaman, and then iundang for her and everything. So every time my lolo would eat, nawa siya nahibawan, ipanglabay sa akong lulo. Like literally, mga kadlawon, she would pick up all those mga gamit sa kusina kay ipang itsa sa akong lolo sa wherever. Until she really forced herself and made sure na I can cook for my husband and my family. So, one very comforting food that she does dinuguan to very good. But she would always put puso sa saging, the banana heart.
Yeah.
Chopped it very well, and then not only innards but pure meat. So ground pork is one, and my gata, tuno sa coconut milk. So
Wow.
that would
Hungry
spark
na ako.
memory with my grandmother, and of course my father, and his side is habichuelas or bichuelas in ours in Negros. So bichuelas is the white kidney beans that you see only in halo-halo here in Cebu, sweetened. And that's why I'm shocked because you cannot see
Yes.
here kanang white kidney beans. So sa amo na mes ginalatan na siya, mura siya munggos, but ang best pair ana is pork's knuckle, pig's knuckle, or kanang tiil, ikog, backbone, latan na siya. Yeah, sometimes ang uban dagag version. Sometimes butangan nila og tomato sauce, ang uban wala, but that's the entire idea. So in Spanish it's called habichuela. And I think the Negros part of where I'm from, San Carlos City, Negros Occidental, is really a fan of it. Bisag asa ka nga karinderya or restaurant,
Wow.
they would offer
Oh.
different versions of bichuelas.
Bichuelas.
And
Ato ng
that for
timanan.
me is a
Bichuel.
comfort food na every time I'm sick, I miss home, and I wanted to just eat the comfort food of my family. It's bichuelas.
Can we try it?
Of course, soon. I'll
There's
cook
none
for
in
you.
Cebu.
There,
Wala, I've never-
lately, miss, nasa mga malls, kanang mga beans na, but no one is really preparing it. Unless the restaurant probably in Cebu is Spanish, is a Spanish restaurant, but they cook it differently. Ang sa amoa is sinabaw gid siya, miss. Mura gid siya galata kag munggos. The same ideology of maglata kag munggos nga baboy
I think
subak.
ganahan ko ana ka. I love monggos pod. Kung
Yeah.
papariha siyang monggos.
And the taste of that white kidney beans is,
La.
it's
Mag-schedule ta ha kanang saan mo ma-pick up ang food.
it's nostalgic. Sure, miss.
Okay, nice. Sige, we'll ask Chef
My
Grace
comfort
about
food.
comfort food.
I guess you can say I'm representing the sweet side
Uh-huh,
because when I think of comfort food, it really boils down to two things.
Uh-huh.
One is chocolate, second is ice cream. Mo gina ko obsession. So
Sweet tooth.
now that
Sweet tooth.
I have chocolate shop na, ang obsession sa chocolate murag not as heavy as before. I told my husband ba atong next business biz ice cream para mag-get over sa nako obsession. But it's so fast. It's so interesting that you brought it up because just I think last month man siguro nag-publish ko sa akong blog about the roots of how I come to love chocolate, Jude. And I had to really dig deep because chocolate has always been in my life. Like every time I'm down, chocolate good go to. Mo lang yun na siya. Period days or just bad days on sa chocolate, right? So I had to really dig deep. And I realized it really stemmed from my mom. It's kind of like a relationship we have because I remember when I was a kid, she used to take me sa Metro Colon dito and kana bitong mag-grocery siya dito. And every time, I always go home with my own Kit Kat bitaw. Kanang duha ka Kit Kat. I would
Baliw.
always bake it. Yeah, and then in fact, just in March, I believe, or February, one of those months, I took my husband there. Nag-taxi me. We went down sa Colon. We went to Metro. And I bought Kit Kat just to kind of honor that memory. Because I think for my nanay, when she goes to grocery, and especially if dalon ko niya sa grocery sa Colon, it's always my thing, Kit Kat. And I remember back then as a kid, kind of itong I fall asleep, nasa jeepney, layo kayong lahog. So, bugat na kay ako lakas. Bugat na kay ana. And then, usay magkuhan kong Kit Kat niya, humok na kay sa kong kamot.
Natunaw.
Natunaw na siya. But I think that's I didn't realize that until now, but that represented a mother-daughter relationship.
Yeah.
Karon rin ako na-realize when I actually really start digging why it was such a comfort food. Now, for ice cream, there's no story. I just
Everyone loves ice cream.
loves
right?
ice cream, especially kanang good cream yun siya kanang good quality ang
What's
cream.
your favorite ice cream brand?
Hands down Cloud9 here in Cebu. Nasa kuan sila sa Baseline and they're opening one sa Astra soon, but they're very good ice cream.
Local brand?
Local brand, yes. Cloud9.
I didn't even know
Cloud9
that.
Creamery.
Yeah,
Very good.
Cloud9.
Yeah, I highly recommend.
Okay.
Oh, wait.
I just came from Astra yesterday. Sige.
Oh,
I-
they're opening at the end of the month sa Astra.
Sige.
That's
Yeah.
nice.
Sige, ato nang iikuan.
Because we have a lot of options now in Cebu for ice cream.
Yes. Yeah.
Chef, you mentioned you have a blog. So
Yes.
You
Yeah.
have started a blog or
In
what's that? Please.
2018. So when I sold our pastry business in California, nagunahon ako sa may next career na ko anyway. And I enjoyed the idea of blogging. So I started blogging there. I kind of became part of a blogging group in Sacramento, California that time. But shortly after, I mentioned earlier, nag-van life me. So my husband, he converted a van, and one of my articles, it went viral. It was a $1,000 IKEA van build. So it was quite ang caption niya ay ang title niya was very more clickbaity sa kay ba.
So,
Although it wasn't clickbait.
$1,000.
IKEA van build. So nipalit na may cargo van, and
Okay.
he converted it for under $1,000. We're able to live in that van for the next three years.
Just roaming the
Yes,
West
just
Coast.
roaming all over.
Oh.
All 48 states. So we traveled.
Nice.
One thing I learned is we love each other enough. We like each other enough. Kasi imagine
Sure.
mag-travel ka,
There-
van ra gyud, and we realized
pretty
na
sure
parang
that's the case.
pag nag-away me, there's nowhere to go. Either adto ko sa bed sa likod, nasya sa driver's seat. So every time if na may disagreement, we have to end it. We have to resolve it then and there,
Yes,
because
yes.
there's
No.
nowhere to go.
Wow.
But anyway, so I did that. I posted it in my blog. It went viral. Gishare sa BBC, sa CNN, sa Daily Planet. Lonely Planet, Daily Mail UK. All these
Awesome.
business insiders, all these things, they picked it up. And it was mostly good, right? Because at that time, sa US, ang van life was kind of gaining
Yeah.
popularity. It was a cool thing to do. Sadly, that same vlog, murag na-share siya sa murag Filipino group on Facebook, and I didn't even know. Somebody just shared it to me.
Uh-oh.
And ang mga comments are very negative. Negative jud kayo.
Like what?
Parang, nag-America man lang, nag-van pa kayo, nabitaw. Ay, grabe naman ni ka-cheap. Why you van?
Grabe,
Because at that
no?
time, Filipinos didn't understand van life yet.
Yeah.
Nowadays, di ba may van lifers na here?
Camper vans are very
camper
expensive.
van.
My sister has a camper, and
She does.
we used to. When I went there 2 years ago, last year, but 2 years ago,
And you guys
we stayed. I
did.
love it.
And sa
Yeah.
US, to be able to travel
Camper.
means that you have savings enough, right?
Yes,
it's
yes.
all van lifers there's a whole spectrum of it, from no money to a lot of money, right? So
From Filipino community.
right.
pag
So
yun.
there's a lot of
Sad.
harsh comments, and because of that, I'm like, okay, di na lang ko mag-vlog. So I
Hala.
stopped. I can't handle the criticism. So I stopped publishing.
Because most of the bashings are from really out of ignorance.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. It stems down to ignorance,
And
right? Yeah.
the kind of, still, the crab mentality of,
Yeah.
let's face it, we
Wa
have
pa kay,
that.
That's
wa pa kay
just
na
how
ready
it
si
is.
chef sa iyang heart.
That time na
For
wala
that
dyan ako
kind of,
makaya. But
oo.
the vlog stayed. And until now, until this year, all of a sudden I'm getting kanang sponsored content. So I'm like, okay, I guess blogging is still a thing.
So you are earning from it.
I am, yeah.
Wow, until
actively,
now.
yes. Although I've been earning sa Google AdSense this whole time, at least it pays for my kanang sa monthly bitaw.
Wow.
It pays for that. But recently, now murag nahimong career na sad siya, because it's like a good enough income. So now murag gabalik na sa kog publish.
Yeah, that's
Hala.
good.
Vlog, yeah.
That's really amazing.
We're here to support you, chef.
thank you,
Kung na
kayo.
vlogger na.
Thank
Vlogger
you.
man eh si chef.
Yeah.
Wow,
Secret
foodie
life na
pa.
ko.
Vlogger pa.
Namo-join
So
ko
what's
ninyo
your
sa-
Yeah.
handle or call sign?
The
sa-
Sweet Savory Life.
Let's sweet
Oh,
savory.
sige.
My Instagram is Sweet Savory Grace. And then that was my blog before, Sweet Savory Grace. But i-change na ko ang domain to Sweet Savory Life. Because I started doing van life travel contents, mga more than food. At that time, I wanted to do mga recipes, baking recipes. But I tried to do it sa van. I can't. It's so hard to make, pastries sa van. So,
I'm
nag-transition
now
ko
very
lifestyle.
curious. I will follow you.
Blogging is not dead, definitely.
It's not dead. Yeah.
We're very good examples of it because we're part of the Cebu Blogging Society.
Right.
So there are a lot of bloggers still in Cebu that are thriving, and it is thriving still. So
I'm gonna need to get a lot of input from you guys.
of course,
On
we'll
how
be
to,
more
like,
than happy to
build
help
it.
because
Yeah.
this is a very good venue for adding another very talented Cebuana on
Yapil
the
po ko
list.
din na,
Thank
Sir
you,
B.
Kai.
Of course.
Ito, thank you. Shout out to Cebu Online News Press Corps because that's where I also
Contisi.
belong. And that's where I also got to meet you because I got invited to an event and then I met Dr. Michael.
A lot of members from CONPC are really good friends and foodies
Yes,
and everything.
yes, yes.
And Miss Ludy is
Yeah,
one of which.
Oo. So I organized
Right.
the Journeyscapes with Ludy and media friends because
Yeah.
the concept behind that is first and foremost the reason why I organized that event because I just wanted to say thank you. That's my way of saying thank you to my media friends because na-overwhelm ko sa ilang support during my launching. And then after that, ko, nindot man di ay no because I so love to see that, from different groups, we come together and we enjoyed each other. So one of these days, you should join us, Dr. Michael. So I hope to do that
definitely will.
every month. And again, thank you very much to Chef Grace for hosting us last month during
Right.
the Women's
Women's
Month. Dahlia making
Wow.
workshop.
From scratch.
From scratch,
Oo,
yes.
as in, grabe, ka-enjoy na mo. And I also
missed that.
participated in the chocolate
Confections, workshop, yes.
Workshop, wow! As in, kato, grabe gid ko dito, gid ko, wow, this is really something that I can let my children, one of these days, let my
Yes.
children, and really even want to, to bring that to corporates. Kaya pwede gid siya, mahimo siyang team building.
Right.
Activity.
Yeah.
Very, really, very nice. You haven't tried it, na?
No, I
Oo,
haven't.
sige.
You have to
One of
come.
you have to try.
Yes.
Really
I'll
nice.
invite you.
As in
Thank
10
you.
over 10. 10 over 10.
Thank you. Thank
Without
you.
honest to goodness, 10 over 10. Anyway, wow, so far so good. Grabe, daghan naman tag na istoryahan. Oy, comfort food pa lang ganito, no?
Yeah.
Oo. And talking about food, I think you have heard the line na you are what you eat. What are your thoughts about that? Mingon sila di gina tinuod lods kay sige kagkaon unya wa man lagi kanida ko. Oo. Hello friends, there are several factors why I don't really get fat. One is probably my genes. If I remember it right, my mom did not really get fat. So I think we got the genes from my mom, no? That's
Gifted.
one.
Yeah.
Gifted gamay. Oo. But then I also have my mga body concerns, but it doesn't mean I don't try to accept and own my body. I do. I just want to enhance more. So, daghan kayong masuko, no? Maybe they get offended because sometimes I quote unquote complain, actually I have some belly here. Where's your belly? But honestly, I'm quite conscious about my belly and I'm even going to do something about it. I'll try something to flatten it because for one, I'm very busy. I don't have much time to do some workouts to, flatten my belly. But I discovered one solution and stay tuned for that.
Dili pa din na flat, miss. Makuyawan mi.
I'll be sharing about that
Okay.
very soon here at Journeyscapes.
I guess we have to stay tuned.
With
Yeah, stay
Ludy. Oo. And then, I also notice if I eat more, veggies, more healthy food, lahi po ang akong unsa mi tawag nato ang akong bawas, how do you call that? I noticed that lahi pud ang odor sa akong body. If I eat a lot of meat, lahi ang iyang odor. If I eat more on fruits and vegetables, ano pud siya?
Reflects, yeah.
Yeah, so that's one thing I notice about and that's good thing. For me that's a good thing, meaning I'm trying to observe myself. So I consciously ano gid ko sa akong self tahay. But these are the little things that I notice about. So man moingon ko, hala no, grabe kay ka impactful ang food. So maybe if we see really obese people, dili man na siya ingon nga body shaming, mingon sila nag body shaming ko, no. What I'm trying to figure out, what I wanted to say here is that there's really something that you can do about it. It's not because you are like that it's the end of the world. No, there is for me, because I have seen a lot of people who have really made the decision to to change their their food intake, to change their habits, and physiology, they have also changed. So I would say, I think, yes, it's true that you are what
You're
you
what you
eat.
eat.
You when you feel healthy, probably we can trace into what are you really eating. If you feel sick, we can also trace it back. What did you eat that made you sick?
It's
You
also
know.
maybe a food portion, son.
Yeah.
Because you
Food
can be eating
portion.
you can be eating a lot of healthy stuff too, but if the portions are
Yeah.
big, then
Yeah.
naturally you gain
The
weight.
same thing.
Yeah.
Oo. But
And that's why
sometimes,
a lot of people right now are doing calorie deficit
Right,
diet
yeah.
because no matter what you eat, so long as it's controlled, you
Right.
still feel healthy. But I would take another side of it when we say you are what you eat. I don't think I would agree on it
Totally.
on a 100% level. Because a lot of people such as myself, I eat almost everything. There are only two things I don't eat in the world. Tauge, bean sprouts.
What?
I love tauge.
Which is Cebuano would die for because
Yes.
every carinderia here has tauge,
Yes,
right?
yes.
I don't eat tauge. Well, not necessarily I don't eat on hot because if it's done lumpia, wrap it up,
Ah,
I
yeah.
can.
So good.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
But
Ay,
saute
lumpia
it
is-
alone,
Oh,
no, there's
alone,
just
yeah.
no way I could eat it. And lamb. Honestly,
Yeah, lamb.
that's a very luxurious meat.
Ah, yes.
And a lot of people would love
I don't
lamb.
like
I've
lamb
tried
too.
almost
Tried.
all of
Same
how
here.
it's cooked. I don't think I could swallow it, but the rest of the meat,
What
sure.
about goat? It's
I would even eat rat compared to lamb.
Really?
goat. So
I'm
goat.
okay with goat.
You're okay with goat.
I know they're, it's
You
like,
tried, but you really tried rat?
I did. Yeah, yes, miss. Not
Murag
the
ang akong
Not the one on the
ikapanghambog.
street.
farm rats, not the ones
Dalagang
on the
bukid.
OC. Nga dagko pas iring.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh,
Grabe.
wow.
Ang ako ikapanghambog ragyog kanang kung ingana ng competition, Venom ragyod dito sa China.
Venom. What?
Yeah, kaniingon man sila makapagwapa. So
Mo
I
day gwapa kay ka Miss Luz. Mo day secret
Wala
ha.
kinaingon nila, miss.
Sa Chinese
Mas
culture.
poisonous daw, mas nindot ang ihatag sa imong glow.
yeah, I
see.
remember you mentioned about katong Chinese.
I think I was in
mean,
Bangkok last year, and there in Icon Siam, inside the really huge, humongous mall. Mura siya na sugbo mercado type sa ilang
Yeah, I
base.
think yeah.
Diba?
Yeah,
and then
that's,
there were a lot of things, and people would say, "Oh, you're a food vlogger, then do it." I ate scorpion. I ate worms, cockroaches, a lot.
Yeah, I
Wow.
saw the
And
worms.
people would tell me, "How was it?" I was like, "As you can expect it. It's not really good tasting, but you have to taste it because I have to figure it out." Just like when I was eating the scorpion or the cockroach, it tasted for me green peas.
Really?
I tasted green peas, but when I was in the head part already, when it was squishing already, I was. This is not gonna end up well. But
no.
I
Scorpio,
finished
was
it
it
up.
crunchy? Ang scorpion.
The body part, but the head, especially behind the head,
It's fatty siya.
fatty,
Yeah.
squishy. It's like eating shrimp, literally, but with the not so good aftertaste.
Oh.
But because I was there as a food vlogger, I have to smile and I
Yeah.
have to tell people that it's
Everything
not
once.
good. Try that once in your life as
Yeah.
well.
Okay, wow.
I'm not
But I
as
agree.
adventurous as you.
I totally agree with Miss Ludy when she said earlier the smell that would put off, especially if you're eating meat or if you're eating vegetable. That is true. Not for me with the smell, but my energy level. If I eat too much meat
Yes,
in that
yes,
week or what,
yes.
I feel so tired,
Sluggish.
sluggish, sleepy most of the time. But if I eat vegetable and lighter meals,
Yeah.
you
I
get
agree.
energetic as well.
So
Speaking of smell, like it's a flex. I go home smelling like chocolate.
Of course. You
So all my
surround
clothes,
Yeah.
all my clothes, because
That's a
sa
really good
US,
smell.
my experience is very diverse, man, diba? From different kinds of bakeries I tried. So there's one point I worked for a donut shop, and donut, diba, fried. So
Yeah.
when I go home, murag, as soon as I get home, shower
Oil.
instant, jud kay luod kayo. But nowadays, like, oh, I smell like chocolate.
Yeah, because donuts, the oil
Yeah.
will stick.
And B2 bar, define jud kayong smell. When you go to our shop, you'll experience the
yes.
the smell jud
The
because we
aroma.
process it in house.
Oh.
And so all my clothes when I get home, it smells like chocolate. Good.
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts about chef?
I mean, okay, I eat a lot of sweets. I would say, yeah, I'm a very sweet person.
Yes, you are.
Honestly, I don't know. I don't know what I think about that. But I do agree with the mood, just how you feel. Just today,
Yeah.
we had a really good. Okay, sa US, I love salad. I found here mahal ang salad. If you eat it every day, like if you eat out, you eat it every day,
Makapurdoy.
it's on the expensive end, good siya, diba? But sa US, that was something I love the
Yeah.
crunch. I like the different flavors and textures, ano bitaw, and cold. Especially, I enjoy eating it cold. So today we had salad and we had like mga pinwheel with like ham and stuff inside a tortilla, ano bitaw. So like very light, but the meal was filling and I really enjoyed it.
Oh.
Sadly, I can't eat salad as much as I want to because ang budget, grabe na kayo.
Unless you prepare it.
Unless
even
you
if,
prepare
right?
it. Even if, because lettuce alone is expensive and like a whole bunch of lettuce is like enough for me lang siguro. I need two siguro for that. But yeah, I
Mahal
completely agree with you.
Yeah. Oh, we had the same lunch. I also had my grilled chicken mango salad at
Right.
Phuket
Phuket.
Kitchen.
Yes. Yeah.
It's really
Saw
the
your
best
post.
to die
Yeah.
for. I
Yeah.
mean, I really love it.
I saw
So
that. I
you
have to
should-
try them.
Yeah, you should try it.
Yeah.
And Mano Box.
Right.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
You haven't
I've
tried
tried
Mano
Mano
Box.
Box.
Mano
Yes.
Box salad.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, to die for also. So
Yeah.
they offer a variety of
Right.
salads. Okay, wow. Kalami sa tungkon. I hope ikaw manatog ka ng istorya diri mga untag daghan.
Oh, I remembered, miss. I was asked before, are you a vegan? Or, sorry, do you eat vegetables and salads and the rest? Or are you a meat lover? I didn't really answer because I don't have an answer. I eat both.
Yeah.
You know,
I do. I
eat
still
both. 'Cause people would pick, there are people who would
Either
pick
or,
meat
yeah.
or either, right? I mean, but they're both good.
They're both good.
You can
and
enjoy, you know.
Yeah,
both.
I realized, okay, this is one thing that for those who are on a diet and maybe you don't know this yet, okay, so if you're on a diet, make sure that you have protein in your diet.
Balance.
Why? Because that's the one nga makapaano sa imong face. If you
Masag.
see people who are trying to kanang get fit, but then you see their faces nga muana, it's a sign that you lack protein. So before you do any diet, make sure that you seek professional advice good on that. Kay that's why we sometimes even think nga, uy, she's better off or he's better off nga chubby. It's because dili proper ang pag-ano niya, paslim. Oo. Now, going back to because I blog about a lot before about monobox and then salads, and they thought na ko vegan, vegetarian. Oh no, I eat a lot and I eat bisag unsa, honest to goodness. It's just that if I have to choose like a variety of food, ang ako yung unahon is fish. Mag-unagid kog fish. I love fruits. I eat a lot of fruits. Kung pwede, fruits. And then I start with fruits and then but I still eat meat. With my with my body build, I need more protein. So although there's an option out there, but there's another story about that I still do. So I can have fish, but I also have to admit less meat as much as possible.
Yeah. Especially red meat.
So, but I still eat, Mm-mm.
They said it's there.
Oo.
That's
So no
why-
diet. So ikaw, you're not.
Right now, miss, because I'm in a program thanks to Vein Aesthetics,
Oh,
Sir
really?
Vin. I'm in a program right now na my diet is not controlled, but more on guided.
Oh.
And then they're introducing me next week daw. He's gonna introduce me to the physical side na po of calisthenics and everything. Because I have to, and I have to be honest, and I have to be honest to myself that in the food vlogging industry
Yeah.
and in my line of work, technically, it's not getting healthier. So I'm gaining a lot of weight. So I wanted to make sure na akong prinsipyo is bahalag di ko like ang uban man good when they wanna be in the fitness world or at least the goal is to lose weight. Nana din sila abs, nindot na din sila glawas. No, that's not my goal. My goal is to be healthy.
To be
lang.
healthy, okay.
I don't have problems with blood sugar or my blood pressure spiking up. That's it. Being healthy. Because I don't want to die yet, you know. I just want to be healthy, because if I'm promoting food, how can I prolong promoting food and for the brands if I'm not healthy and I'm in the hospital, right? So I'm into that.
That's a very good
fitness goal.
issue actually, because you see like say ka ng mga mukbang bitaw on YouTube, and then you know how do they stay healthy with that
Yes.
kind of lifestyle?
True.
Is daghan kayo.
Before, I used
Lisod.
to envy, quote unquote, wholly envy. Wow, because I love food, I love food blogging. But I came to realize, no, that is not something I want.
Even I cannot do it.
Because, you know, and I don't wanna say no also in case, no. If I really get serious into food blogging, you cannot just decline. I mean, you know, as I'm a people pleaser, so as much as possible, I really try to accommodate, no, people. So I don't want to identify myself as really food blogger, because I don't want to get into that na magrabe ang akong kaon, because I will find it unhealthy. Do you know that I feel happy when there are days like on a Sunday? On a Sunday, I try to do a 24-hour fasting. Yun. I'm into intermittent fasting. So on a daily basis, on regular days, I do 16 16-8 window. But then, if I have invitations man na maka-breakfast ko and all, but on regular days like that. And then, if grabe kayong akong invitation, I mean, you know, sometimes
That explains your
daghan
body
kayo.
miss mo.
Oo.
Build. Sexy
I'll really try to make sure na I have a 24-hour
Wow.
fasting at the end of the week.
Di ka ma-hungry, miss?
No. Ano gid siya, murag ka ng easy kay ang 24 hours na ako. I tried the 48 hours on the 44th hour, you know, nanako sa kuan. It was only once. Nanako sa sofa, naguwat na lang ko sa 4 hours kay. Di na ko gara muliho kay gutom na kaayo. And luod. I felt like luod. But 24 hours chicken
Kaya ra.
gid siya. Even 30 kaya pa kayo. Mura siya wala na ako, oo. And then I feel happiness, joy inside me nga ingon ko, wow, naka-fasting kog 24 hours, because akong feeling is that wow, it's doing something in my body, no? It's detox. The reason why I do fasting kay akong belief is that mag-detox to you know, to release all the toxins. So I'm a believer of that. But otherwise I really eat a lot. I mean, maka-eat
You can
ko.
eat a lot kasi
I can-
nag-intermittent fasting man.
Oo,
so
I
that's
think so.
okay, yeah.
But-
do you do IM set or no?
I did.
I did.
Because dili man ko acidic, so I could live with water and coffee. But because of invites, sometimes nakoy brand invites or restaurant invites, 3 in a day.
Yeah.
And you could not just say, mas
Yeah,
smile
yeah.
lang ka dito, mag-char-char ka.
Oo.
The brand prepared food, so
Right.
you have
Yeah.
to eat.
Yeah.
You have
Mo
to
na
honor
di
sad,
na ko.
yeah.
Guba lang sa...
Ako di ko ka
Di na-
nowadays I can't. I sa US I did like just naturally because you know we wake up. I used to work late shift ba, so I wake up 11 wala na food, so that was just a natural
Oh.
thing. But when I got here, for some reason, my husband and I, when we're hungry, we're hangry. We fight. And really fight, like say, let's just say, you know, an argument, there's two sides, right? We're literally in the same side, but murag nahited naman conversation, like, why are we arguing? We're in the same side. And then we're like, let's eat sabi. Pag after we eat, we're like, oh, okay.
It's really true. I remember my ex-husband would say, teka ha, kay nag-away na ta. Pakano sa tika.
Yeah.
Hala, maka-affect yun siya. And
Yeah.
then after eating, wala na. Okay na ko. So wala na. Unsa di ito itong
May
gistoryahan.
tawag sa'yo itong gawayan.
No! So,
Friends na ta.
mo nang kanang...
Kinahanglan dyan ang food.
Mo nang
Yeah.
kanang... I feel sad for those kuan yun, no? For those kanang kids or people who have no food. Kay kita gani nga kuan, sa puton kay unsa na ka ang...
No?
Yeah,
Kanang
true.
Kakuan, di...
by no choice ba? They don't have food on the table. So
It's
That's
really
true.
sad. So,
Yeah.
if there's something that we can do about it, mo na ako, maningkamot ko nga, humanon ako kay, magunahon ako, Jesus, daghan kay mga tao nga walay kanang food. Mo nang mo take out yun ko. Not for, kuan, mangita ko, if I'm not eating it, I will give it to someone at the
Yeah.
street that I meet, or the guards, si guards,
Yeah.
okay, kaya na ako. Kaya ako mga anak, di insan mga unog, kasagaran, basta gabi na kaayo. But, yeah.
that's what I
That's
do,
how-
Sir Miss. I usually ask restaurant owners to not really prepare really a lot, and then there's just probably me or my partner and I, because it's gonna be a waste of food. So
Yeah.
I'll take it out and have it wrapped, and then I'll give it away kung wala. Okay, usually sa balay, it's just my mom and my dad na usually mga seniors, di naman yung kay mga
di na kayo
on.
na.
Dagan na kay silag bawal.
Kanang, pwede sa kamo ingon ako.
No, we could.
Lods ka nang na, daghan kay gihikay diri ari asa mi.
Pwede ra gyud, miss. Kay kanang mga
Apas na mo diri.
na magiuban nga like
Miss,
mga restaurant,
Miss Jen.
Nga,
Oo.
daghan jud kay ba? Yeah.
Oo.
Huh? 3 tables of food.
Oo.
Yeah.
Apas diri.
Mo na ningon ko, miss, ganina when you talk about mukbangers, I'm in the food vlogging and content creation, but I could never be a mukbanger, miss. Because I had a stint with one of the famous, and I think kanang first acknowledged Filipino mukbanger na siya, Cebuano, miss. Bisaya Studio, I have to drop the name. Cebuano na, taga Lapu-Lapu. He's really good. Bisaya Studio na yung page. I was with him. We were doing the collaboration in Vikings to Miss. Did to good. First time experience, I saw him eat like a real mukbanger. I thought he's gonna cut the video and then not continue eating, but he finished everything and then get more, and I was like, I couldn't
can't
do
do
this.
that.
Dako ko kaon ha, literally, miss. My partner knows this. Dako gyud ko, I eat anything under the sun. But when I saw him doing it, it's actually an art form. It's a skill.
It's a skill,
Y-
for sure.
You can't actually just anyone can do that.
Yeah.
Dakalag kaon. And no, because your stomach lining has its limits.
Yeah.
And he's practiced it for probably a long time. That's why he's good at what he does.
Is
So-
he really fat? I don't know.
No,
him.
man, miss. I mean, well, naka-gain o gamay nga weight, but di gid siya ingon dako kayo. But when he eats, nindot yun. So, not everyone can actually be saying, I'm a food vlogger, I'm a foodie, and I'm also a mukbanger now.
No,
That's
yeah.
not gonna be, those words
It's a whole
could
new
not be in one
genre.
sentence.
Yeah. It's a different genre.
Totally
Oh.
different.
Why not travel blogger? Why food blogger? Is it because of
For one, miss, traveling is very expensive nowadays.
Yes.
Okay.
It's
Because
very
you're very
expensive.
articulate, ha? You're
Yeah.
very fluent, and when I can just imagine you
Thank you.
doing the travel. Okay.
Sure, miss. Probably that's one of the future plans, and I'm not closing my windows. But travel vloggers usually would, if you don't have a sponsor, it's going to be very expensive. The travel alone, gasoline,
Yeah.
diesel, especially with diesel now,
Doubled.
doubled, good. And once you're there, you can't just take your video immediately and do your story. You have to actually go to the local government, affiliate, and everything. So there's just a lot of planning going on in the background. Unlike food vlogging, you just have to communicate with the marketing team, with the owners, and the restaurant setup and everything. And that's it. You do it there. You do your narrative. You take your videos. You collaborate with them in a sense of how they would want their story coming out or their food, if they have promos going on. And you can finish it there. Travel,
Easier.
that's a future plan. Probably.
Simpler, easier.
Yes, miss.
What about you, Chef Grace? I think I look forward to you'll be one of the famous food bloggers
Yeah.
anytime soon.
I don't know.
And I'm very curious about your blog. So ako ginang tanawon yun after the
It's
kuan.
really a lifestyle vlog na. It was a baking, but then now I'm working on a cookbook, so I'm gonna obviously launch it through that blog. But speaking of which, I also just published in the US, UK, Europe and Japan, book series for children's book series, and it's titled "The Midnight Chocolate Train."
Wow.
So it's a series of 3 books. The first book is about the world of flavors, chocolate flavors. Second book is about how chocolates are made. Third book is about the history of chocolate. So it's very exciting. It's coming next month here in Cebu.
Chef
Would
Grace,
you
I tell
do
you.
it as well on Amazon? Is it going to be
Yes, it's
online?
on KDP and Amazon right now. And now I'm getting it printed here.
Locally.
Self-publishing lang, yes. Yeah.
Chef Grace, a while ago while you were talking, and then I just missed it. I forgot to ask, but I had that in mind. I wanted to ask if you're writing a book, and true enough, because I really had that hunch na you are writing a book.
I fell in love with
Wow.
it. Okay, so now, even though it's a kid's book, I did a lot of research, right? So I did a lot of research in history of cacao and chocolate and all that stuff. So I already have the research materials. So naturally, the next after that, when I have time, it'll be more like a more written for adults history of cacao, and maybe perhaps touch on history of cacao in the Philippines. There's a lot of things that I can write about. But my next project is a cookbook as a chef. So that's coming soon.
We will be promoting that
Oh, thank you,
cookbook
Bayo.
definitely.
Thank
Just let
you.
us know, Chef Grace, when
We're
it's out.
launching May 2 and 3 officially. Really? I have we have kids coming, and we're doing like a whole kids program with cacao painting. They make their own chocolate. We read from the book.
Okay.
I also got to work with elementary age kids in the US. I was an after school coordinator, so I know a lot about like, well, that was like over 10 years ago, so I don't know if Miss Grace is still around, but I'm trying to revive that teacher Grace in me.
Yeah,
The
handling
logistical
kids
side.
is really an art.
We
and a
will
skill.
invite
Yeah, it is.
ourselves, Miss Chef
yeah.
Grace,
Yeah.
on May 2.
Yeah. Okay,
Oh.
sure.
We'll definitely support
We
you.
will invite
Yeah.
ourselves there. We will cover
We
it.
can collaborate
Oh,
too with
yeah.
you guys. We can create
That's really
something, but that's
nice.
something I'm really excited about.
Wow. Congratulations
Thank you.
ahead. My
Congratulations.
gosh. I really had that in mind, so I knew it. I knew
So
it.
finally,
Writing a
Finally.
book
Wow.
that's something you love. I mean, chocolates and kids and
yes.
teaching it, paying it forward to
Right,
kids
yeah.
because when these kids would know things about chocolate.
Yeah, they don't know where it comes from. They don't know nga ang cacao is equals even for adults ha.
Yeah.
I worked with a farmer nga nag-order ko cacao from him, and I gave him a chocolate bar from his cacao na, and when I gave it to him, pag-taste niya, wow, alam ilagi kay ni mama. Unsa gi-add na ko sugar gyud ni siya kay dark chocolate man. Sugar gyud nihilak.
Tao, no?
Hilak gyud siya na. Ako ning cacao.
Wow.
Imo jud ning cacao, sir, kasi he knows the layer ang good iyang hibawaan. So wa siya kabaw na with his cacao you can make chocolate gyud.
Grabe, ano.
Oh, grabe. Okay. Grabe atong no. We had I really enjoy having this conversation with you, and then on a topic nga relatable kayo sa tanan. Oo, kay mga on
Food.
matatanan, no? And then and which is also very significant to me kay grabe ang journey pud sa ako. I also have that journey, food journey during the pandemic. And I hate to say this, but I think I have to ask from you any, final words or you want to impart to our friends out there who are watching, listening to us, that you think would be something that they can take with them as we end our wonderful conversation on food. Ladies first, or
Ikaw siguro,
Alright.
Doc, ay wala
For me, first things first, let's all respect food because by respecting food as a whole, regardless of what you're eating, you'd appreciate as well where it came from. Appreciate the hands that toil
Yes,
it and
yes.
prepared for it and catch it and a lot of things that are considered factoring that food, and also the discipline of partaking the food, because a lot of us would just put food in our mouth and our stomach because we're hungry, but we do not understand, again, if you look at long term, the health benefits and at the same time the health risk, and there's just a lot. So let's put focus on food as a whole, and generically we have to make sure that food is not just something that is ministerial, that because we have to take breakfast, lunch and dinner, but a lot of things are happening around food. It sparks memory. We've discussed that. It gives that memory lane and nostalgic moments, and at the same time food is, for me lang ha, I don't want to make this complicated, and it already is as a discussion of food. It's just really stress relieving action every day for me. When I eat,
Yeah.
I feel I felt happy every time, and I feel happy every time I eat because it gives me that relaxation that I needed from a day's job or a really problematic scenario, especially with my mom's health, and everyone knows that my mom is is not that healthy, and she's got cancer, and one of the many things that bind us in that idea when we were so sad about not thinking of, and I'm so positive about it, but when cancer struck, food was there in the middle. Mga on lang ta, storyahan lang ta ni, let's plan our medical a way of dealing with it, but food is there. Food was, is, and will always be there to make us happy. As simple as that. So let's all respect food.
Yeah,
I like that.
I agree.
I really like that. As for me, I guess I can just highlight our cause, if that's okay, of honoring our cacao farmers. Let me tell you a story. There was a huge initiative by the Philippine government to promote the Philippine cacao industry, right? A few years ago, they were giving out seedlings to a lot of farmers nationwide. Daghan jud kay nga seedlings. It was well budgeted na campaign. And a lot of farmers participated. Sadly, a few years later, a good portion of those trees, cacao trees, they were chopped down na waiman because a lot of our farmers didn't have access to trainings to post-harvest processes like fermentation and drying and everything that goes into, like, say, a lot of them only know how to make tablea, right? And tablea, as good as it is in our heritage, competitive kay siya. So our farmers, dili siya murag cash crop for them, right? But what they didn't know is cacao is food of the gods, and there's a worldwide shortage, and it's probably one of the best things they can plant right now. So what I would say is, I guess, directly to our cacao farmers, that if you guys need help or just need if you need some sort of guidance as to what to do, maybe reach out to us, because at least I know a little bit about post-harvest processes. If not, I can connect you to DTI or DA or just even the Cacao Council that we have here locally, because it's very important for us in this industry to stay together. So to our cacao farmers, thank you. And to everybody who enjoys chocolate, who enjoys Dahlia Chocolates, or just Philippine chocolate in general, let's remember our farmers, because really our chocolate is just as good as the cacao that they produce.
Wow.
That's it.
That's amazing.
This is such an insightful episode on food journey. So, but before we go, so thank you very much, Chef
you.
Grace and Dr. Michael. But before we go, of course, we'd like to thank again our partners and sponsors for this episode. Bagong Pilipinas Visayas Studios, Dahlia Chocolates, the Bean to Bar Chocolate Shop, Pukot Kitchen in El Dorado, Banilad, Atelier Amelie, Premium Brownies, Fat Shaolin Frozen Dumplings, Dabi's Ultimate Burger, Smile Syndicate Dental Clinic Mactan, A-Plus Clinic Premium Aesthetics in Asor Center, David Saloon Central Block Ayala, Aura Beauty Studio at the Pad Banilad, TFM Head Spa, Pioneer Korean Head Spa, VNM Natural Skincare, Iya by the Wata Yoga Studio, Shan's Collection, Migo Expedition of Safari Adventures, and United Neon Advertising. I'm having this topic specifically because I wanted to honor food. And food has been an integral part of my life, in our families, and it's not just me. I know that you can also relate to what we are sharing in this space. So, yes, thank you for honoring those hands who prepared our food, and this is also my way of honoring my late mom. Thank you, my mom, Dr. Faustina Atilio, for the best cook. Oo, so anin lang yun ni kay kanang kita na antay mga best cook akong best cook akong mom. Of course, no. So with that, I'd like to thank you again for staying with us, and I'll see you. But before I see you in the next episode, this is very important. I would like to share our macarons. So Dr. Michael, this
thank
is
you.
for you.
Thank you so much.
Okay, and this is for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Sam.
That's
Thanks for
nice,
having
Dahlia.
me.
Yes, in lami, jud kaayo, and so pretty. When nakanindot inino, it's not just lami, delicious, and sweet, but this is really very pretty. Every time nga na ako'y matagaan ini, my God, it's really heaven for them. So once again, thank you,
Thank
Dr.
you.
Michael. Thank you,
Thank
Chef
you.
Grace.
Thank you.
And We'll see you in the next episode of Journeyscapes with Ludy. Bye!
Bye.
Bye.